Hello, everyone. Diana Rankin here with your predictions from my spirit guide, Phillip, for August 2023. And I want to thank you all for the wonderful comments you've been leaving on our Friday afternoon messages. Every Friday at 1 o'clock, we try to come on and answer your questions. So if you have a question for Phillip, my spirit guide, please just put it in the comments below, or you can email me privately. If you email me, that's information's just in the right below as well. I do ask that those questions be of a general nature, esoteric, but not of a personal nature. If you have personal questions, just get a hold of me privately and we'll set up an appointment for you. Yes, Miss Piper's back here in the corner and she tends to do that. And then probably before we're finished talking today, she will get in her bed. For some of you who have asked, Lily did pass, our beautiful little Siamese kitty. I say kitty, but she's been with me for 23 years and she was a rescue to start with. So we don't really know how old she was, but she was pretty young when she came here. But she did pass Thursday morning peacefully. And we're going to move on from that because I don't think I can stay there. All right. So we're going to go through the predictions, but as you know, we will also get a message from Phillip, my spirit guide, in his book, The Master's Book of Answers by Phillip. Yes, it is available on Amazon. And we just open to any page to get our message for the month, in addition to what Phillip tells us about the predictions. And it's interesting this month what he said, because it is predictions, but there's some messages in here for us as well. Sheila, she says, my goodness, almost forgot the live. Hi, Diana. I hope you're doing well. I'm at peace with Lily's passing. I'm sad, but doing as well as can be expected. Thank you. Hello, Miss Merriweather. She says, I am sorry. Thank you. And Sheila says, oh, sweet Lily. And Juliet says, continuing to hold you and Lily in love. And Miriam started to write something and brought it back. Thank you all. Miriam says, hi, Diana. I'm sorry. Thank you. I deeply appreciate the energy that everyone is sending to me. And I want to tell you a quick story about Lily. And Jessie said, Jessa, thank you, says, hi, I've got, they're not bifocals, they're, the nobler trifocals. And Sandra says, sending my love from Germany. Thank you. And Jessa said, like, thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate the thumbs up and your comments. They keep me doing this. They really do, especially on today's when I just as soon curl up in bed and stay put and hold Piper precious. Anyway, this is a beautiful, quick story about Lily. And Susan says, hello, good to see you, Susan. After her passing, I wanted to take her things out of the house and put them in the barn. So for one of the things I took was her crate or her carrier that would take her to the vet and back. And my hands were full and I had to unlock the barn door. So I put the crate down on the ground. And when I picked it up, a butterfly flew out of it. I was really touched by that. And I was telling a friend, a sister, that, and I don't know if she wants to be known. So if she does, she'll let us know. But when I called her to tell her about this butterfly flying out of Lily's crate, she asked me what time. And I told her, and she said, at that particular moment, she was saying a prayer for Lily's transition and to ease my heart. So let me tell you, friends, the energy is everything. It really is. So anyway, let's move on, shall we? I want to get right to the predictions because it's a kind of an interesting month, and Phillip gets into that. Here we go. This is not a month to live in fear, but a month to counter fear. It is also a month where it would be wise to live with awareness. I want to repeat that. It is a month where it would be wise to live with awareness. Let us explain what we mean before we continue. When fear comes into your awareness, ask yourself of its origins. Is it a safeguard to tell you to learn where you are, a warning? Or is it bringing up an old memory that asks you to look at it and heal it? Or is it a fear of yourself saying you are not good enough or the other person is better than you? Or what we are saying is this month you must look at the fear, the anger, the jealousy, and all that comes from non-love. The reasons behind our asking you to do this are twofold. First, it will be a month of rampant fear, so be aware. Second, the strong energy gives you multiple ways and times of healing old patterns that will allow you to then love the being you are in new, uplifting, and healthy ways. Let us look at why there is so much fear. This too is twofold. First, the climate grows more difficult and destructive. We're not surprised by that, but we don't like to hear it. But it is what's taking place, isn't it? And secondly, there are leaders or those who call themselves leaders who will cause destruction. Those who live in self-hatred and fear wish to dictate to others. This says, you must believe as I do, so I will believe in me. Whether in politics or religion, those who must dictate another's belief are not loving or believing in themselves, so they cannot love or believe in others. They demand followers. They will even destroy and ask their followers to destroy those who refuse to follow. This will become even more evident this month as indictments are brought out in the U.S. against the man named Trump and also against associates, including at least one member of Congress, possibly more. The Middle Eastern area must also be watched. Expect uprisings in and around Jerusalem. Israel is in peril, as are neighboring areas, including Pakistan. That one surprised me, I got to tell you. Of course, if you are fear based, you do not see this as peril, but as a strong leader leading. Russia will continue to war against Ukraine, but they should stop for humanity, but also because they can't win. In the US, this will be a record breaking month for gun violence, lives lost, and harm done. In Asia, tensions around China and the US relations grow. There is an incident at sea, but this may not become known by the public. There are also tensions between North Korea and the US, but this also may not be known immediately. In the Southern Hemisphere, tension strikes in South Africa, but quickly quiets. In Australia, watch snow falling off mountains and waters rising. Japan must watch for the same. Snow falling off mountains and waters rising. From Japan, a breakthrough for humanity will come forth. This will be reason to celebrate. There will be reasons for many to celebrate within their own lives. There will also be many who allow fear to overwhelm them this month. Be wise. Do not ignore the fear. Instead, ask of it to inform you of its purpose in your life. Is it to keep you safe, or is it to ask you to look within, or even both? Find the purpose of the fear, and you will find a new and helpful, deeper meaning and purpose in you and for your life. Purpose in and for your life. Let me read that last paragraph or that sentence. Find the purpose of the fear, and you will find a new and helpful, deeper meaning and purpose in and for your life. So, what Phillip is saying, this is a month of a lot of fear. So, that's the energy. It is what it is. And so, we could choose to let that ride us, or we can choose to look deeper and find the purpose of fear, and you will find a new and helpful, deeper meaning and purpose in and for your life. Thank you. Sheila says, how special. And she's talking about the story with the butterfly coming out of Lily's, I want to say crate, but her carrier. Thank you. And Susan says, oh dear, I'm so sorry to hear Lily pass. Thank you. You know, I'm at peace. I'm at peace with it. But thank you. Sheila, wow, 2 donations. Sheila, thank you. I am always so grateful for your donations. They mean a lot, and I don't care if it's just a small amount or a big amount. I did receive some donations this month from those of you who sent them directly to my website. There is a donation button on that, so if that's easier for you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And you're letting me know, keep the ads off. I did look into, can we get skippable ads before and after and not without an interruption in the middle, apparently. So I'm leaving the ads off of YouTube. So I thank you deeply, deeply for your help here. All right, let's get our message, shall we? We just kind of flip through. I'm hearing left. If you heard left, that's our intuition's in sync, and that's a message for everyone. If you heard right, that's a message you need to pay attention to. So left says, imagination is the cornerstone of life. Imagination is the cornerstone of life. Well, what does that have to do with our message this month, which is that there's a lot going on for us to be fearful of? So if the fear comes up, allow your intuition to tell you. And remember, intuition and imagination are like that. They're very close together. So if you're questioning your intuition, use some muscle testing. I have some videos out there on YouTube on muscle testing, as do many others. So use the muscle testing, but let your imagination not run wild, but use your imagination to ask, what is this about? What is going on here? It's the cornerstone of life. So let your imagination see those butterflies coming, and they will come, believe me. If you heard right, if you chart the course before you go, you'll know where you're going. If you chart the course before you go, you'll know where you're going. And I want to just say again, please, if your intuition, if fear comes up and your intuition says move or leave where you are, please pay attention. Miriam says, quite a month then, but as always with opportunities for self-development. Love that description of what fear is from Phillip. I thank you. We thank you, Miriam. Thank you. Your comments, your donations, your love, believe me, it's everything. It means a lot from Piper and me and Lily's Spirit and all of our other kids who have lived here over the years. We are so grateful. And I am so grateful for each of you. Thank you for the love you send to us, and thank you for receiving the love. And Juliet says what Miriam said. Yes. And Sheila says, thank you, Diana. You know what? When I was writing this, because I write out what Phillip has to say. Now, when I'm working with you privately, it is so much easier than the monthly predictions or even answering your questions, because I'm just zeroing in right then on your energy, or we are, Phillip are. Willow Flower says, hello, Diana. Hello. And Awakening with Susan says, thank you so much for your wisdom and love. Thank you all so much for your wisdom and love for me, for the world. We are healing this world. We are healing it. And, I started to say, and then I got sidetracked. When I'm talking to you privately, I don't write out the answers. When I do the videos, I'm talking to myself in the camera here in the computer. And so it's a lot harder, and I don't want to forget anything. So I write out the answers here. When you and I are just talking, it's It's a heck of a lot easier. So thank you. I so appreciate all of your support and love. And, many years ago, back in the 1980s, I studied with Jean Houston, traveling to New York once a month for mystery school. And Jean at that time said the feminine is rising, that feminine energy is rising. And we know the pendulum swings this way too far before it finally settles down in the center. And what we're seeing right now, and what I think what Phillip is telling us this month, is there's a lot of backlash to that feminine energy rising. And that feminine energy, it's not about taking over, it's about balance between the masculine and the feminine. And that's what we're trying to do, is balance that. And there is backlash, and that backlash is coming out of fear. So we can counter that with love. When fear comes up, just ask, what do you want, fear? Thank you. Love you all. Thank you. Till next week.